Hey everybody, it is Drakbolt, and I'm casting a game here of Dune 2 The Golden Path. The latest version is 1.1.18. This is between Krasz and Frontliner. Frontliner's a Harkonnen, Krasz is the Atreides, both starting at their normal spots. This is a random map. Looks like quite a bit of concrete around for everybody to use. Frontliner is a little bit tighter, has a little bit more open space around him, but he also has some more dunes to use, and perhaps a little more local spice. We're starting right off with a sandstorm, which is not really going to affect anybody since no one's done any scouting. But overall, I'd say the positions are about even. Krasz definitely has more local rock, more outcrops to expand straight to, but Frontliner has a decent amount of starting space and a lot more rock, I'd say, in his local area, on the outskirts anyway. So once he expands the first time, he should be able to branch around quite a bit. We'll see what kind of play, what kind of strategy Frontliner's going to do this game. Sometimes he goes straight to a starport, which is great if you're heavy on the macro and you just feel like bullying your opponent with money, but it does waste an awful lot, as there's about a 25% premium on all your purchases there, if I remember correctly. Forgive me, my voice for being a little ragged and a little bit of allergies today. Alright, so Frontliner going straight up to 4 refineries, very common play. Krasz doing, I think, the same. Frontliner usually also goes straight to a high-tech factory as soon as he can. Krasz, I've only seen him play in I think 2 other games, so I'm not sure exactly what direction he's going to go this time. He was actually allied with Frontliner last time, so they're breaking up, going against each other here. This looks like a 128 map. This is the largest map that you can get. A lot of room to cover. Oh, Frontliner went straight to an HTF and stuck with only 3 refineries. That's kind of new. Ah, and he built a cannon turret. That's good, because I did recently buff turrets up quite a bit. They're going to be a lot more effective in early base defense. Should be much better now. Krasz did the same. Also went straight to an HTF. Let's see if he figures out also that the turrets have been buffed and decides to put any of those in his base also. Alright. Felt like demolishing something. There's that 4th refinery. I usually like to do early returns to get some money back in the coffers as quick as possible. Once we hit the about the 4 to 5 minute mark, we're going to start seeing worms. So you really want to try to get all the income you can at that point to get HCFs and carry-alls up and running if possible. Krasz is looking reasonably healthy. So is Frontliner. Frontliner already has the X up. Frontliner, okay, they both have the X up, so they're going pretty similar styles of play. Question is, what is next? This is at the point where they've just basically, they're just on the verge of deciding how they're going to start the early game. Will they go for expansion real quick? Will they go heavier macro? You can see Krasz added another refinery. Frontliner has not yet. Well, he's got a war facility, so he might get some infantry out there real quick. That'll be fun to see. Good for you. Light vehicle factory for Krasz. So Krasz will start owning the map, which is exactly what any opponent should do against the Harkonnens. Take control of the map as soon as possible. Do not let the Harkonnens control the fighting, because once you do that, once they're in your base, they will usually win any toe-to-toe conflict. So use your better speed and your intelligence. You guys getting some attention? Can't build where? What's that about? I've been stomping a lot of bugs lately. Uh-oh. That one make it? Oh, did not. Wait. Above X. Oh, okay. I guess I could see that would have happened with one of my recent fixes. Alright. So I had to try and put some sanity checking on my server to prevent clients from doing certain kinds of cheats. And I can kind of see in my head, I think, how Frontliner might now be seeing the sort of an availability to put buildings here, and for him to get the sense that he can, and for it to even make the noise. But as long as it's not actually creating the building, that's first and foremost what I care about, and it looks like it is preventing him from doing it. So that is how it should be. Krasz has gone right on to a heavy vehicle factory. And Frontliner is branching out like a virus. Already got his first MCV out there, another construction yard, so he'll be able to turn up the speed of his production. A couple of turrets out there, and he did get a starport. Definitely light on the macro right now, though, so if he's going to use the starport, he's going to have to start really churning up the number of refineries he has. Krasz has a bit of a lead on that score. And he is also expanding himself. Looks like he might be throwing up some defense. What are these little blocks? Good. Some cannon turrets. Now, even though they've been buffed, cannon turrets are still not going to be very effective against infantry. So if Frontliner actually does decide to start using this war facility, which he may or may not do, next to what are you talking about? Oh, there's the palace. Yeah, I don't know. He might just be freaking out. But I wouldn't be surprised if there is some kind of slight bug there. Like I said, even if it makes a noise like you can drop something, as long as he can't actually place one, then that's, the most important thing for now. Uh-oh. Scout getting shot at. Number of tanks out. It's always fun to see. Oh, and he just put down his hidden mobile trading post, so no one will be able to detect that unless they get very close to it. That'll provide a little bit of permanent scouting for Frontliner. Never a bad thing. Uh-oh. Comes the scouting from Krasz. Gets a little bit of intel. Didn't penetrate that deeply. Would definitely serve him better to drive in here a couple of times, take a drive around, and see what Frontliner's been up to. As soon as he notices that starport, that would give him some kind of info. So I'm thinking maybe he's going to go with Sardaukar. That's hard to say. I'm not sure who he's allied with yet. He does have the starport, and he has a war facility. If he was allied with actually, if he was allied with Corino, I would expect him to get a heavy vehicle factory as soon as possible so he could get death hands. It's whining again. Another sandstorm, so all that intel is basically gone. Krasz is going to need to drive his strikes around again. Always saying he has microwave power and he still can't build there. I don't know. So he says he has the upgrade and he can't build farther. Well, Frontliner still seems like he's doing pretty well despite whatever issues he's encountering. Krasz also seems to be in good shape. An awful lot of tanks. Interesting. Strange. Obviously still some bugs left to figure out. Anyway, back to the game. Whole lot of HTFs going down. Krasz still does not have a palace. He's not concerned with that. Maybe he's going to go straight to Sonic Tanks. There's the palace. What else is he up to? He has tanks all over the place. Starting to harass the harvesters. Another MCV. Frontliner does not have much of an army at all. He only has a lot of scouting and is focused on expanding. But running into some issues with that. Not sure why yet myself. Moved his harvesting operations. Look out. I think Frontliner's in for a world of hurt this game. Glad he has the cannon turrets up. I don't know how long those will last though. That guy's gonna die. Nobody's paying attention to it. I'm not sure what Frontliner's overall plan has been anyway. I know he's having problems building in certain spots and I can't explain that yet. He seems to be able to build in other places. But Krasz is definitely building up a substantial army and a huge economy. Got tanks all over the place. Definitely a big difference. Frontliner really seems to be encountering some trouble here. Confusing why I would not be able to build in certain places. A little more scouting. It's really weird that he couldn't build anything over here, but he really does seem to be able to build stuff everywhere else. think he. Oh yeah, I think he demolished and moved his starport down here. Interesting. Well, okay. Frontliner says it's just a nuisance and that he's doing okay. Now where's the combat going on here? Uh-oh. Down there, another scout tried to break through. Looks like it didn't get too far. Ah, there's the line of flak turrets. Krasz is enamored with keeping a lot of flak strikes in line, trying to avoid the drop attacks. It's a good idea. Rocket turrets are even better for defense now, though. We'll see how they perform. I like the fact that people are starting to use turrets again. Let's get a guard turret for good measure. That's good. Does not have any other air defense deeper inside the base, though. Ah, there's the gigantic order. Whole lot of tanks. What just got eaten? Ah, it's a little drop attack from Frontliner. Doing reasonably well. Alright, now this attack I don't know about. Fun to see all these aircraft zooming around. Alright, so I'm not sure that Frontliner necessarily needed to retreat, or that Krasz necessarily needed to pull his forces back. Had some people damaged there also. I don't think he has a repair facility, so those tanks are just sitting there hurt at the moment. A couple of sonic tanks coming out for Krasz, but they're going in the wrong place. What is he going to do with them? Yeah, they'll kill that tank, but they're also taking some damage. Ooh. Lost the sonic tank. They definitely need some support. Alright, so Frontliner's attack over there has been fended off a little bit. Krasz is starting to lose some flak strikes here. Here comes the sonic tank in defense. Here comes some troopers. Who are those coming from? If those are from those, I believe. Yeah, nice. Here come the Harkonnen troopers. Awesome. Will be great to see. So, Krasz doing okay. Still holding it together. Got an awful lot of flak strikes to prevent those drops. He's getting some siege tanks of his own. Harvesting operations are still working. Frontliner is starting to peel out. Looks like thinking about a flank attack maybe. And here come the troopers. Always good to see them. Go get them, guys. Now, what is Frontliner doing over here? I'm not sure. Strange. It's a good place for those. Get them inside the crags. Any tank, anybody who comes near them, whether it's these tanks or even the sonic tank, is going to get beat up a little bit. But Frontliner definitely has to control how his people are moving. I don't see him doing that too well. Even so, these troopers are going to do pretty well. The sonic tanks are doing a lot of cascading damage to them, but not quite as much as you might think. Oh, but here comes some Fremen. Can they get close enough to do damage? Not in pieces like that. You need a bulk of them. You need to have several put together. Oh, and he's throwing them in the crags. That's great. That'll totally stop Frontliner's infantry if they stay in there. But he's not giving them stop orders. He's not telling them to wait in there. They're still they move forward too fast. Got themselves killed. So felt like kind of an even trade overall. Frontliners looks like he was doing a little bit of a two-pronged attack, but unfortunately he didn't have enough tanks involved over here. Krasz is going to be able to fend that off. Some more infantry moving out. That's good. Get the foot soldiers in. Now, what else is Frontliner going to do? It's funny that he has a war facility, and yet he chose to make that huge order from a starport. That was a real waste of money. That cost him hundreds of credits, if not thousands. Some more scouts making their way, gathering some intel. So there was something over there worth fighting. Look out. Aw. Alright, so the troopers are moving in a little more closely, which is good. Now you definitely want to keep them on stop orders. Tell them to move into those rocks, not attack, because when they attack they'll default to guard orders and they'll try and uh-oh. There you go. Shoot the carryalls down. See how these turrets are going to do. Doesn't look like he's taken down any carryalls yet. Cannon turrets are definitely putting up more of a fight than they ever did before. Needed to get some walls in front of them, though. That was one of the big reasons for increasing the range of the turrets, was so that walls were much more feasible to put in front of them. They were still effective. Oh well, we'll learn that for next time. Well, overall, Krasz has really held pretty much a commanding lead throughout this game, so I'm not sure that I expected any other kind of an outcome. I think this will probably end up being GG. See some rocket launches coming down here for Frontliner, but I'm not sure how much good they're going to do, and now they're getting shot at longer ranges. Yeah. I wish I could explain more of the difficulties yet, but that's just back to the drawing board kind of thing if Frontliner's really having that much trouble. Yeah, well, this is the kind of thing, even just a couple squads sitting in there at the start might have been able to help defend this area a little bit better, but oh well. See how long this guy stands up. It's very hard to get troopers out of crags. I got one. Here comes another, though. They will last. That guy actually just died from the sonic weaponry going over it. Actually killed him almost instantly, but once they get into the crags, they're very difficult to stop. What else is going on? Whole lot of sonic tanks coming in. Some flak trikes. Looks like shot down a whole number. Yeah, killed a bunch of carryalls. Bam, killed that harvester too. Definitely getting some damage in, but with all those sonic tanks, it is definitely basically GG for Frontliner. Yeah, I would say Krasz is right there. Got an awful lot of stuff. These Sonics are just going to wreck everything. Sonics are powerful. He's got enough power back at home that they're not even causing any outages. So he was well prepared for that. GG, guys.